For decades, the Voyager spacecraft, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, have traveled farther into the universe than any human-made object ever in history. Launched in 1977, the twin probes have traveled in silence beyond our sun's influence, floating into the cold, starless expanse of interstellar space. More than machines, they've become ambassadors for Earth, time capsules bearing the golden record, a message from humans to the universe, engraved with music, images, and messages in 55 languages. But now, almost half a century on, a stunning new breakthrough has appeared, one that may redesign our conception of intelligence, space, and our position in the cosmos. In a hastily called international press conference that attracted the attention of every major scientific organization in the world, world-renowned theoretical physicist Dr. Michio Kaku took to the stage. His face was not the usual combination of excitement and measured curiosity. There was something more, a slight quiver in his voice, a heaviness behind his words. What he announced has since become at the eye of a global scientific maelstrom. Based on Kaku, a sophisticated artificial intelligence machine, never intended for anything else, actually designed for the analysis of multidimensional data, has picked up something hidden deep in the raw telemetry Voyager 1 sent back years ago. Not fresh data, by the way, but old legacy packets. Ones that had been long written off as either corrupted, incomplete, or of astrophysical insignificance. But the AI noticed something no one ever could. This wasn't a simple pattern detection software. It was a new generation neural net design, learning on quantum field models, pulsar timing arrays, and exotic waveform catalogs of gravitational wave observatories. Its mission wasn't to detect life, but to detect contrast, instances of unnatural coherence amidst cosmic noise. And it detected one. A signal. Or a purposeful echo buried within Voyager 1's earliest messages. Not merely repeated cycles, but structure. Intentional modulation. A mark of intelligence. When passed through the AI's visual rendering engine, the signal didn't produce a code, a word, or an image of a spacecraft. Instead, it synthesized a location, a spatial reference point in the sky. More precisely, it pointed toward a narrow region in the direction of the constellation Ophiuchus. That area has long been baffling astronomers. Famous for its gravitational lensing quirks and anomalous dark matter activity, Ophiuchus has been speculated to contain hidden mass or even remnants from the early universe. But this was different. In Kaku's account, the coordinates pointed to a clear cluster of symmetrical signals, showing rhythm, timing, and complexity that eerily mimicked the rhythm of human speech, without being any recognized language. It wasn't that the AI had discovered a language in the conventional meaning of the word. The system was not coded to scan for grammar or syntax. It was not attempting to translate the words of aliens into English. It was intended to find intention where randomness would otherwise reign. And what it discovered was a fingerprint, an intricate lattice of light pulses and spatial harmonics indicating a structured origin. As Kaku would say, this isn't noise. This isn't chance. This is architecture. The image produced by the AI did not look anything like biological or mechanical. There was no spacecraft, no silhouette of alien life. Instead, there was a knot of energy, a kind of lattice, a node radiating symmetrical light signatures. Picture a map point drawn not in pixels but in frequencies, not in ink but in harmonics. Even more shocking was the suggestion that this lattice wasn't only broadcasting in one direction. The data indicated bidirectional flow, as if it were sending and receiving at the same time. Like a cosmic router. Or, more revolutionary, a sort of quantum beacon embedded in higher dimensional space. How did the AI figure this out? By disentangling the patterns of wave interference and cross-referencing them against types of signal degradation known to the system, it could reverse engineer the probable path of the signal through spacetime. It detected localized phase distortions, hinting at deliberate redirection, nearly as if the signal was being directed through gravity funnels or extra-dimensional creases. Effectively, the AI had discovered what equated to a cosmic switchboard. This discovery shook not only physicists but also philosophers, linguists, and even theologians. If this template is real, and not some strange mathematical anomaly, then we could be gazing at the very first known indication of technological intelligence in the universe outside of Earth. More fascinatingly, the message seems to have lain dormant in the data all along. Hidden, encoded, by happenstance or by design. The software necessary to crack it simply wasn't available in 1977. Or 2000. Or even in 2020. Only now, with the technology of ultra-powerful AI and quantum pattern matching, could we at last hear what has been whispering to us for decades. Consider that for a moment. For almost half a century, we've had extraterrestrial breadcrumbs in our records, entirely invisible to us. Not because we weren't seeking diligently enough, but because we were employing the wrong senses. This revelation reshapes the entire SETI strategy. Maybe we've been hearing with ears when we need to be hearing with machines. Maybe the universe isn't quiet, it's just been talking in ways that only AI can interpret. Kaku underlined that the statistical likelihood of this signal being random noise is infinitesimal, less than 1 in 10 billion. That degree of statistical oddity is sufficient to override any suspicion of spurious pattern detection. He compared the moment to the discovery of a monolith in the desert, not because we were searching for one, but because every scientific tool confirmed its existence. When entropy breaks, he said, when order arises out of chaos, something caused it to happen. But that's where things get even weirder. The picture created by the AI was not only an image. It had metadata, phase shifts, harmonic ratios, and markers for time dilation. In other words, it wasn't indicating a location, it was indicating a process. A method. Even perhaps an invitation. It's like whoever, or whatever, built this facility built it to be discovered, but not by just any civilization. It was designed to be discovered by one capable of sifting its signal from the noise. It was not a broadcast. It was a test. And if that's the case, then the grade is in. This brings into question basic questions. Who is transmitting this signal? And why? Could it be an attempt at communication by a civilization from huge cosmic distances? Or is it something other, something we have not even imagined yet? Others speculate that it may be an example of post-biological intelligence, something which long ago discarded its biological packaging and now simply exists as information or energy, employing spacetime itself as a medium for communication. More radical thinkers suggest the source may not even reside in our dimension in the traditional sense. Perhaps it is sending information through extra-dimensional portals, using gravitational anomalies like those in Ophiuchus to bridge realms we've only begun to theorize. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's science, backed by data, tested by machines that don't dream or imagine. And yet, the implications are as emotional as they are intellectual. Because if this is real, if we've made contact, or if we've been contacted, then everything changes. Voyager 1 is no longer an isolated wanderer. It's now a node on an interstellar network. It's part of a conversation we never even realized we were having. And maybe most humiliating of all, it was the first to truly grasp this that was not a human mind, but an artificial consciousness that we constructed, a product of Earth's technology, looking further than our own minds ever could. So what do we do next? There's talk of reorienting deep space antennas toward the Ophiuchus coordinates. Some scientists propose launching a focused narrowband transmission in return. Others urge caution. What if the signal was never meant for us? What if responding draws attention we're not ready for? Others still claim we might already be too late. That the signal is ancient. That whoever sent it might now be extinct, or in such alternate forms that communication in any form we recognize is not possible. But the awful truth is this: someone left the light on. Someone constructed a beacon, an artificial aberration in the universe, and pointed it toward us. And now, at last, someone saw it. We are no longer alone in the universe. We are no longer blind riders on a rock floating through space. We are listeners. Interpreters. And perhaps soon, speakers in the grand cosmic dialogue. The next steps will determine not only the future of science, but the narrative of our kind. And if this signal is what it looks like, then Voyager's ultimate present to us wasn't a picture or a planetary scan. It was a message. But not from us, to us. If this account was captivating, be sure to like, subscribe, and pass it on to others who are curious about our existence in the universe. What do you believe the signal truly is? Is it perhaps the first indication of intelligent life, or something peculiar? Leave your comments below. Until next time, keep looking toward the stars.